Have you ever had times in your life when something very important had to be accomplished? There wasn't much time. You had to break difficult news to your closest companions. The stakes were high, and it felt like the whole world rested on your shoulders. It is in these moments that what is most important crystallizes. Well, this is where Jesus is today. Time's almost up, and the disciples have not been fully taught. There is more need than Jesus can meet, and he sees what is coming. He knows exactly what has to happen, and he has set his whole being toward Jerusalem, because it is the only way the world will be redeemed. No wonder Jesus is short with Peter today. In the gospel story, Jesus reveals to his disciples what he is facing in Jerusalem. He will go through great suffering, be rejected by the elders, chief priests, and scribes, be killed, and after 3 days rise again. Can you imagine a close friend standing here telling you these things? It would be unthinkable. Surely it was beyond belief for the disciples and still is for us. And I love Peter. He's just real. And if he were alive today, we would all say, bless his heart. Or God love him for his enthusiastic, unfiltered responses. Peter's response in rebuking Jesus is quite human. And in my mind, I can hear Peter saying, no, this can't be. You've got it wrong. You are the promised Messiah. You are to lead us, overcome Rome's oppression, and save our people. And Jesus responds to Peter, get behind me, Satan, for you are setting your mind not on divine things, but on human things. Jesus recognizes the danger in Peter's rebuke. Just like in the wilderness, it is another test. Jesus has set his face toward Jerusalem, and he cannot be deterred if humanity is to be redeemed once and for all. There can be no detours, no giving in to self or others' desires. Jesus knows he has to stay the course. And as his disciples, we too must strive to stay the course. Keep our eye on God and continually walk forward in faith when things seem impossible, even improbable. And in God there is always hope. In the story of Abram, he was ancient when God came and promised him a son. His wife Sarai was far beyond the age of being able to bear a child. And Abram's response was to fall on his face and laugh when God told him God's plan. Yet God was not deterred. He made a covenant with Abram, gives Abram and Sarai new names which reflect the covenant. Abraham meaning father of multitudes, and Sarah, meaning princess, as she will be the mother of nations. Then God blesses them with a son. God, who I believe has the most wonderful sense of humor, ensures their son is named Isaac, meaning he laughed. It's like he is ribbing Abram for laughing for the rest of his life. Our Lenten pilgrimage is a journey of faith, of hope. It is a time of digging around in our soul and noticing where we have turned away from God, ignored Jesus, or simply been blind to the signs of grace in our lives. Each year we embark on a journey in Lent, following Jesus as he walks toward Jerusalem to the time of his trial and death. We are with him as he prays wrestles with himself in the garden saying, Father, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but your will be done. We follow him to the cross, even as we live into resurrection hope. We in the 21st century walk this holy pilgrimage with hope. We know Jesus' death was not the end, it was just the beginning. To begin to comprehend and understand the meaning of the Easter resurrection, we must enter Jerusalem with Jesus on Palm Sunday, follow him through the events of Holy Week, all the way to the cross, and Jesus' total surrender to God. We do this year after year. Perhaps then we can begin to fathom the fullness of God's glory revealed in Jesus on the cross. Jesus' love for us, for all humankind and creation, is the deepest, broadest, most compassionate, all-encompassing love there is. It is beyond our comprehension, yet we continually seek to grasp a richer, fuller understanding of it. We strive to walk in love every day as we encounter the world in others. As Jesus journeys to Jerusalem, there are no shortcuts, no alternative paths, and we, like Peter, may not grasp it all the first time or the second time, but God walks with us every step of the way, every time. And if we are willing and faithful, it is the greatest journey we can ever experience. It is the journey of love.